Hello and welcome to Nimmerson's Kitchen. And today I will show you how you can go from this to this perfect sourdough in only one day. 24 hours. Yes. And this 24 hours sourdough starter is made with very few ingredients and without any discard. Whoa! Okay, what you need is a glass jar. And a good idea is to have one that is straight round because it is easier with a spatula to get inside this jar. And then the first thing you need is sugar, plain white sugar, 10 grams. You pour it in. The next ingredient is a blend of 10 grams of white rice flour and 10 grams of oat flour. You pour it in. The next ingredient is 10 grams of fresh yeast. Yes, fresh yeast. Because what do you do with a sourdough starter? You harvest yeast, wild yeast. Why not put in existing yeast? Speeds up the process. In with this one, and we need 10 grams too. 10 grams rice flour, 10 grams oat flour, 10 grams of sugar, and 10 grams of yeast. Easy to remember. And last but not least, we need 20 grams of lukewarm water. I always use bottled water because it is filtered and 100% clean. Usually the pH value is around 7. Pour it in, and then you get your spatula. And you stir until everything is totally blended. At this point, it is necessary to clean up the edges of the glass, like this. And you use a spoon to get everything inside the jar. That's it. To make it easier for you to measure, you use a rubber band and place it exactly where the level of your mixture starts, here. And then I use an old kitchen towel, which I have cut into pieces for this purpose. Place this on top, and this is cotton, so it has to be a natural material. And some rubber band, and ready. This one will be placed at a warm space for 3 hours. That's it, and I will come back to you. Hi again, and after 2.5 hours the dough looks like this. But first of all, we need to stir the jar, and you can see there's a lot of activity in there. So we stir the jar, and now we add 5 grams of sugar, and then we add a mixture of 10 grams of oat flour and 10 grams of rice flour, exactly the same that we did 2.5 hours ago. Pour it in, and last but not least, we add 25 grams of water. And this water doesn't have to be warm, but remember, it has to be bottled water or filtered water. Now we stir, and there's a lot of activity in there. Now it's important to clean up the jar walls and the spatula. Like this. And the sourdough starter gets another 10 hours. Get it closed up. And now it doesn't have to be in a warm spot, but just on the kitchen table. Hello and good morning. After 10 hours, we will execute step 3. Today the sourdough starter looks like this. There's been a lot of activity and it went up to here. The first thing we do, we just stir the jar. Then we once more add 10 grams of sugar and a mixture of 10 grams of rice flour and 10 grams of oat flour. and 15 grams of bottled water. And now we stir. And again, it's important to clean the edges of the jar and blend it very well. The sourdough starter looks like this inside, and here you can see how it looks from all sides. We close it up with the cotton cloth and the rubber band and adjust this rubber band, yes. And we let the sourdough starter rest for another 8 hours. Now the sourdough looks like this. And now we once more just stir the jar. We let the sourdough starter rest for another 2.5 hours. Here you can see the sourdough starter after 24 hours. It is very active, smells like a very delicious sourdough, and you can see it's bubbling, and it is ready for baking. Give it a try. Takes 24 hours.